Whoever you are out there, I'm Mike Goff and I deliver financial education events for Lorica Employee Benefits, and I've been forced to come up with my top 10 financial planning tips. Okay, now clearly financial planning is quite a difficult thing, it's a very broad thing, so these are a quick 10 for you to think about. Point 1 is work out exactly when you're going to die. Because if you can tell me when you're going to die, I can work out your financial situation on a spreadsheet down to the penny. There's a saying that says the last cheque that you should write should be to your undertaker and it should bounce. So, work out when you're going to die. If you can't tell me when you're going to die, which I know is a bit gloomy, but it's all going to happen to us all. If you can't work that out, then go to tips 2 to 10. Pay off your debts as much as you can as you go along. Now, there are different types of debt. Okay, the worst are store cards, some credit cards, but in particular store cards. So at the very least, get rid of your nasty debts as soon as you can. Point 3 is do not pay any more tax than you need to. Now, you may be a very faithful British citizen and you believe in your responsibility to pay tax, and I accept that, absolutely right, but don't pay any more than you need to. Use your allowances, and one tip, if you are on the payroll of a big company, check your PAYE coding. Consider how your family and how your beneficiaries would survive financially without you, or if you were ill for a period of time. Gloomy, I know, but it needs to be thought about. Put cover in place to make sure any gaps are covered. Point 5 is take some time to consider the benefits that your employer already has in place. Okay? That could be death and service benefits, illness benefits, but particularly retirement benefits. Understand them and understand where the gaps are for you and plug those gaps yourselves. Hold any capital you have as tax efficiently as possible. If you're married and one of you is a 40% taxpayer or a 20% or a 20% and a 0%, then hold the capital in the lowest taxpayer's name. You need to trust them, I grant you, but hold the money in the lower taxpayer's name, or if that's not an option, hold the money in ISAs, premium bonds and other tax efficient investments. Point 7 is very important. Make sure that you have wills in place. Very important document, very easily done, but around 60% of people do not write wills. Believe me, if you die without a will, it's complicated. Without going into the detail now, you really do need to get wills in place to make sure what you want to happen after your death actually happens. Okay, point 8, a general point, but very, very important. Make sure that you invest available monies into things that can grow potentially at a faster rate than inflation. Inflation destroys cash. It will reduce the value of your assets over a period of time unless those assets increase by rates greater than inflation. So we're talking about traditional asset classes of stock markets, we're talking about fixed interest, we're talking about property, commercial property, gold, commodities, all sorts of things. But make sure the money you have available to invest long term is invested in things that can grow at a greater rate than inflation. Point 9 is review your financial situation on a reasonably regular basis. I would suggest you sit down, you refresh your thinking around your pension funding and your mortgage and all your other savings on an annual basis. Okay, I wouldn't encourage you to do it too often, okay, but annually at least, just review everything, and if you need to ask people questions, ask them questions. If you feel you need to get advice, then get advice. It will be worth it. So on to point 10. Point 10 is the most important. Be happy. Life is not a rehearsal, and happiness is not a destination, it's the here and now. Okay, good luck everybody, and bye for now.